Hey guys, good morning from Bethesda, Maryland, just over the border from Washington, D.C. I'm on a pedal-powered bike, not electric. It's kind of a pain to go up over this bridge. But we're on the Capital Crescent Trail, a former railroad line that runs from Bethesda down to Georgetown. I just came up here to drop off my car at the car dealer to get repaired. Those of you who watched the video yesterday could tell it needs some work. It's now in the shop for a few days. Alright, the reason I took a pedal power bike is because most of this trail is downhill all the way to Georgetown. Unfortunately, it's really cold. It's like 50 degrees, and when you got this wind chill of a bike, it's quite a bit colder. So let's make our way down the trail. So this used to be a short line railroad that would provide coal to the port of Georgetown. There used to be a facility there to make steam for the federal government. That facility is now closed, so they don't need the train anymore. And the port has long since shuttered. So they turned the railroad line into a beautiful bicycling path. It gets pretty cool down here. Let's just keep going. So down here we're crossing what I think is, this is Massachusetts Avenue. It's the longest street in DC. Runs all the way across the city to the southeast quadrant. We're all the way out here in Bethesda, which is past the northwest. And we're just going to keep going down this bike path. And I think we got a tunnel coming up. An old train tunnel. It's pretty cool. So we're up behind the city reservoirs over there. That's the drinking water we drink. And now we're coming to the tunnel. Pretty spooky tunnel. So this was just wide enough and tall enough for train cars to go through. It's all brick. The entire tunnel is brick. And out we go. That was neat. So we're up along MacArthur Boulevard now. There's some water maintenance facilities around here, reservoir system. There's also like a spy building. The Defense Mapping Agency, or whatever they're called now, they have an office up around here somewhere. That's the water plant on my left. I thought they used to have missiles out here. I'm not sure if that's defense mapping or not. Off in the distance, that's Sibley Hospital. That's a hospital for the Northwest folks. That's where my kids were born. More downhill, yay! Washington Aqueduct. Keep coming with these downhills. And we are now exiting Maryland and entering the District of Columbia. I think there's a sign. There was a sign that we had left Maryland. So you'd think there'd be a sign that said welcome to DC. Maybe they just want to save the money. Over on the other side of the river, that's Virginia. There's some pretty posh houses over there, like the Saudi ambassador's mansion. Can we see it through the trees? I think we have to come back here in the winter. And you can see some of those houses. As you hear from the jet noise, we're nearing the Potomac River, which is the departure route for Reagan National Airport. So we're coming up at the intersection of, oh, I don't even remember. Loughborough Road, I think, something like that. We've got the Clara Barton Parkway down on my right, which is a National Park Parkway. And we're going to take a bridge over the parkway, and then we're going to end up on the C&O Canal, which runs parallel to the Potomac all the way to Georgetown. We're also kind of hoping there's some electric bikes up ahead. So there you can see some cars down on the parkway. We're going to go over them in a minute. There's the canal off to the right. There actually has water in the canal at this point. The water has been diverted in Georgetown because they're doing repairs. Alrighty. So now we come up to these twin bridges. These are actually two railroad bridges connected. It's not like one consistent bridge. The railroad company had two leftover bridges. They put one on the first part and then the second over the canal, which is why the architecture is different for the two bridges. And there is the canal off to my right and down to my left. A really beautiful fall bike ride. Maybe we'll do that this fall once the leaves start to turn. And this will take us down to the canal, I think, eventually. Unfortunately, our great giant downhill is sort of finished, and now we're just on a gradually sloping downhill, which isn't as much fun. Means I actually have to do some work. So down here on my right is Fletcher's Boathouse, a place where you can rent canoes and kayaks. There's an old lockkeeper's house on the left there. But you can spin up, oh, it's just a couple miles north of Georgetown by bike. And Fletcher's Cove has kayaks and canoes. All right, we're on the old railroad tracks here, but the canal path for the donkeys is right up there. But that's all gravel. We'll stay on the nice smooth asphalt. Smooth-ish asphalt. We'll go into Georgetown, ditch the bike, then we gotta go home and get our cameras because the pandas are coming, yeah? The new pandas are arriving at the zoo in about an hour, so we gotta go up there, take a picture of a truck that has a panda on the side of it. Should be a full-on motorcade, I think, for the pandas. They just landed at Dulles Airport on a direct flight from China and should be coming to DC soon. There's another tunnel there. That tunnel goes under the canal. It's over 100 years old. It's really a cool tunnel, but we're on a mission to find pandas right now, so. Okay, we're starting to go into Georgetown. This is the Washington Canoe Club, where you can rent a canoe or a kayak or a rowing shell. And just after that, we're going to go under the Key Bridge. Actually, this first bridge is a canal bridge, no longer in use, but they left the historic part here so people can take pretty Instagram photos and stuff like that. It's bright though. There you go. Beautiful old stone bridge. We'll go this way. And let's go find a bike dock under the Whitehurst Freeway here. And then we'll find something with a battery that can get us up the hill. There's the Key Bridge, reaching over to Virginia, named after Francis Scott Key, because, well, they basically tore down his house to build the bridge. And here is a bike dock that is full. Have to go to the next one. Please tell me there's a dock space available. Yeah, there's at least one. Look at all those electrics. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, that one is gone. Now let's grab an electric. Ah, much easier ride. Especially since we're going uphill. Oh yeah. Whee! Oh yeah. Woo! It's like pedaling on air in comparison to that tank. So up here on the right is the C&O Canal in Georgetown, being renovated. That's why there's no water in the canal here. Let's cut through Georgetown and back up the hill to my neighborhood. Okay guys, we're back up in Northwest DC. We're gonna dump this at a bike rack. I'm gonna walk home and grab my cameras, and then we're gonna make our way over to the zoo where the pandas should be arriving. We're gonna go upstairs and get a report from the folks at the airport if they have any more details of what time they're coming in. Okay guys, we are back on the way now to the zoo. We're gonna walk down to the zoo, it's just easier. Hey, you see this house here, 3427? This used to be facing that way, same with that other house, and they just twisted them. They lifted up the houses, shifted them into the corner of the lot so they could build new luxury houses on that property. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay, we'll go for a nice little walk. Now, there's actually a house up there, but the rest of this is a private park known as the Rosedale Conservancy. There was a big open lot here, and I'm sure the developers are eyeing it with great interest, but the neighborhood banded together, pooled their resources, and purchased the lot as a private park. So everybody who lives in this area, I think they pay like 50 or $100 a year for maintenance, and they have access to this private park over here. Kids go sledding, people walk their dogs, have picnics, just all the things you would expect at a public park, except this one is private. That said, I don't think they ever really turn anyone away unless they're being real obnoxious or anything like that. There's no like rangers or anything. Okay, we're on Newark Street, where are we at, the 35th and Newark. We're going to probably stay on Newark Street all the way down to Connecticut, and then we'll walk Connecticut from Cleveland Park to the zoo. Shouldn't be that bad. Oh, some pretty flowers here. So we just got an update from the photographers out at the airport that the two pandas have left in a motorcade. Their ETA to the zoo is about 25 minutes. They're going to be running some red lights because they got police cars escorting them down the freeway. We're about 20 minutes away from the zoo, still in the Cleveland Park neighborhood. Yeah, these houses are really expensive. They're gorgeous, but pricey. This one's set up for Halloween already. Yee, look at that. Yeah. Some of the houses have kind of a farmhouse style. This neighborhood used to actually be very agricultural. Some of the first houses built here were actual farmhouses. Some of the neighbors have kept that trend in their own architectural decisions. And there are a lot of houses around here that look like farmhouses or have sort of a barned roof, stuff like that. There's one down here, reminds me of the houses in Romania, actually, with its roof. I should note that all of these places are multi-million dollar houses. I think probably starting at like 2 to 5 million or something like that. Not cheap. 2 to 4 maybe. Yeah, this is the house over here with the weird roof that reminds me of the houses in Romania. They've got like a cat on the roof. This like statue of a cat on the roof over the front door. All right, let's keep walking. Let's walk a little faster. We don't want to miss this one photo because they're not going to be posing. It's just going to be a car driving by. So this is a really big bridge over a very tiny road known as Klingel Road. And I don't know, about 15 years ago or so, maybe 20, there was a bad storm and it washed out Klingel Road. And rather than replace it, the city just decided, let's turn it into a bike path. That was, I say decided, but it was heavily encouraged by the very wealthy neighbors who didn't want a commuter access road in their neighborhood anymore. So they turned it into a bike path, and now this giant bridge just goes over a bike path. Yep. We have even more police arriving down here. That building over there is the Kennedy Warren. That was like one of the first luxury apartments in DC in the 60s. That had like a doorman. It was like New York style. Oh yeah, the cops are already moving into the intersection. Or are they just moving around? They can't be coming already. They'd be blocking this road if they were coming already. So we got a few minutes to make it down there. Anyway, there's your Kennedy Warren apartment building. Ugh. So see on the back it says SOD, Special Operations Division or Department. SOD handles all the motorcades, all the special events. So when you see an SOD cruiser in the area, you kind of know something special is going on. Right, we see all the TV crews set up down here. Definitely looks like this is going to be the entrance. See some photo dogs, I know. So let me just show you all the camera crews here, all the locals, local stations, some Chinese stations are here. There's a lot of Panda fans down here waiting to cheer when they see the Pandas arrive. We've got a live stream from a helicopter showing us which route they're taking. Looks like they're coming in on Route 66, Interstate 66, which will bring them right downtown, past like the Kennedy Center and stuff. I'm not sure how they're going to come up here. They're going to swing up or whatever. So. We've got like Panda hats. Yep. Lots of cars. Panda cupcakes on a stick. Panda pops.
Thank you.
So, man, I didn't get a Panda pop. That's because I take still photos. Okay. Everybody just waiting. There's a Duke's. Duke's Counter. Not Duke's Grocery, Duke's Counter. Same Duke's, so good burgers. Pandas have arrived. Okay, well, the pandas are safe at home, eating bamboo and carrots and bananas or whatever pandas eat. I, on the other hand, am going to eat some Rocklins because that's what I eat. And it tastes good. At least it tastes good to me. Okay, guys, you know where we're at. Rocklins, pulled chicken, and fries. Thanks a lot for watching today. Listen, tomorrow you might see me, you might not, because I have jury duty. Yeah, that's what happens when you live in DC and don't have a felony conviction to your name. If I don't have jury duty, we'll go out and about, and if I do, well, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.